Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today what I want to do is I want to compare JDiction's ResinCrete to this YOBTOP ECO casting resin that I recently purchased. But first, before we do that, I got a package in from April. She is one of my viewers and she also has a YouTube channel. It's called Dragons and Dresses Craftsortium. So a huge shout out to April. Thank you so much. And in this package, she included all kinds of glitters and they're gorgeous. And the little mini baby seashells that I just showed. There are so many beautiful glitters in here. I am super excited to start using them. And we are going to do so today in this project. But first, if you haven't checked out April's channel, go over and check it out. She is a super sweet lady, and I've had the pleasure of talking with her several different times. She's a relatively new to YouTube and just kind of getting out there, so check out what she's got going on. She's got some cool videos and all that stuff out there, and we're going to get started with this video here in just a moment as I finish wrapping up all of these gorgeous glitters. But let's get into talking a little bit about the difference between ResinCrete and this YOBTOP Eco casting resin that I've got. Okay. So it says on the package, premium casting quality, no harmful chemicals, fire resistant, lightweight, impact resistant, a 10:3 powder to water ratio, 20-minute demold time, and 5-minute working time. So I wanted to kind of put it to the test and see what the difference is between the two of them. Now, I looked at JDiction's bag to see if it gave any of that information on there whatsoever. It did not, but I did find this on their website. Back to the video. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use the Easter egg mold that I had previously shown, and we're going to split it up 4 and 4, doing 4 of the ResinCrete and 4 of the YOBTOP, and I'm going to do, I've never used the mold before. It's brand new. So I don't know how much it's going to take. And I'm just going to make up 100 grams of each one, mixing it into the 30 grams of water and kind of see what we got. Now, I am marking which ones I'm doing with which brand just to kind of see. I want to see what the consistency is of it, the mixing of it. You can kind of see there's a little bit difference in the amount, like the volume that it looks like it has. Now, obviously, I mean, I measured it, so I weighed it, so it's the same amount, but the one is just slightly kind of, I don't know, poofier than the other. Now, they are both a fine white powder. And first up, we're going to do the ResinCrete. Now, you guys have seen the videos that I've done with it. That's all I've messed with this. This is honestly like the last little bit of ResinCrete that I have left. And we're going to go for it. Now, one of my viewers had said, instead of doing it, mixing it the way that I was mixing it, to just add the powder to the water. So that is what I am doing today. And I do know that just from working with the ResinCrete previously, that it's got a super watery consistency when you mix it. Like, it is very fluid. It's thinner than resin is. And I don't feel like I'm going to have to worry about getting into all of these nooks and crannies of these molds at all because of how thin it is. But I don't know how the other brand is going to do. And I've seen, videos now, none using this YOBTOP, which we're going to have to come up with another name because that's just way too many letters to have to remember in what order. But first, let's go into this. So I did add a little bit. I shook it. You can see I spilled over. So that's all that we're going to add in this. Okay, now it's time to mix up this other one and see how it goes. Now, first thing I noticed is it is a slightly thicker consistency than the ResinCrete. It's more like, it's just thicker. Like it's still kind of watery. It's not like you see when you see videos of people using say Jesmonite or whatever, but it is slightly thicker than the ResinCrete is, which okay, that's fine. Now we're just going to let this sit for about 40 minutes to finish curing and cooling down and all that stuff, and we're going to pop these babies out and see how they handle these extremely detailed molds. So first up, we're going to take out the ResinCrete ones. And I know you're supposed to demold backwards and kind of flip the mold upside down, but I had a feeling if I did that, every one of them would fall out and crack. So I'm just going to kind of pop them out like this. I apologize. My camera doesn't like with the light. It's not going to pick up on the detail. And I do apologize for that. I don't know how to make it not so bright without dimming down everything in the video and then you can't see anything. So the first two that I demolded of the ResinCrete came out perfect. No air pockets at all. Now these last two, they do have some air pockets around the detail. This one isn't quite as bad as the last one. Now that could be user error because I didn't maybe bash it around enough because I was spilling it all over the place and I had filled it up too high too fast. And I do believe that that's probably part of the problem with why that didn't turn out quite as perfect as the first two. Now, on to the other brand. These ones pretty much all had air bubbles. And again, it could be partially my fault for the same reasons, or it could be because it's a thicker consistency. I definitely need to try it out again with another mold that's detailed like these ones are, where I can do it properly, or not where I can do it properly, because I could have, but I didn't, and bash it around a little bit more and just kind of see how it is. So, I don't know. I do feel, though, that if I had done it the right way, there's no reason why the ResinCrete one should have had any bubbles in it at all. I really do believe that this was a big error on my part. So I will try it again. Okay, so this is about 2 days later. I did give them some time to set because I had some stuff going on. And now I'm just going to take my Nic Pro acrylic paints and I'm going to paint them. Now, in the voids, I am going to go in with those gorgeous glitters that April sent me. And we're going to go in with the DuraClear and fill them up and make these babies shine. As I go through this, I'm just going to put on some music for you guys to listen to and just enjoy the process. I'll catch you guys on the flip side for the finishing touches and glamour shots. So I did go over them, as you've seen at the very end, with some of my Duraclear gloss varnish just to kind of seal everything in really nicely, shine up that acrylic paint. Now, if you're going to put these outside, because they do have the little holes for hanging, which we're going to attach some of this colored kind of twiny stuff. I don't know what it's really called. And you could put it outside, decorate, your trees with. I've seen people do it before. I would definitely seal them with something first. I didn't do anything on the backs of these pieces. So, yeah, I would seal them first. And I don't know how the Duraclear, if that's something that would actually like seal them and protect them from the weather. I'm not sure. So you may need to go out and get something that's more specifically for this. Don't know. Still in the learning process on it. I do know that they have special things for you. And I do have something. I just haven't used it yet because I just haven't. Anyway, back to the video. So I'm just kind of tying some of these twine, some of this colored twine that I have with these. Now, this stuff frays really easily and it comes unraveled. I think ideally I would have liked to use a very, very thin ribbon. Unfortunately, the colors that I had that would go with it were either too thick or I didn't have them, and I just noticed it, so I didn't have time to go to the store or order any or anything like that. So I just kind of made do with what I had, and this was it. Now, the colors that I'm doing, I like. The gold that I end up having to use for some of these because none of the colors went well, nah. I think it would have been much better with something else. But like I said, I'm using what I have because I had to get this video out and I didn't have time to order anything or run to the store or any of that nonsense. But all in all, I think they turned out quite cute. I could have done a little bit better, I think, on my paint job on some of them. I didn't get the blending in as nicely as I would have wanted it to. And I think a lot of that is that, to me, when painting over this, it reminds me of painting on ceramics. And I did that when I was like a teenager and younger. But I haven't done any kind of ceramic type anything like that in a really, really long time. Like, my kids are older than the amount of time that it's been since I've done it. And they have kids. So that just tells you how long it's been. So I kind of forgot that how fast acrylic paint dries on ceramic type stuff. And it's a little bit different than painting on resin where it stays wet for a while, so you have an easier time with your blending and shading and all of that stuff. This one, not so much. It kind of just dries very quickly, and then you've got those lines there. Now, I could have probably gone over it a few more times and maybe made it work, but time was an issue, and, it is what it is. It's fine. I mean, it's really more about trying to compare the two different eco-friendly options than my painting skills, she says. But anyway, I mean, I do think that they did turn out cute. I do think that they have a lot of potential, not just with this, but with resin as well. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. And, coloring Easter eggs in the springy kind of fun colors is cool to do. I think my favorites are the green and kind of teal ombre one that I put the blue glitter in. That orange rabbit, the orange and yellow flowers with the rabbit on it, is another one. And I think the purple and pink ombre one, I do like the heart one. Like, I like a lot of them. There's a couple of them that I'm just like, I don't like it all. Like the one that's sitting next to the one with the hearts, that one that I did with multicolors and whatever. It turned out, there were so many air pockets on there, and it just turned out like bleh. And I just wasn't happy with it. But all in all, fun experiment. I liked working with it. That YOBTOP Eco resin is definitely something that I'm going to play around with a little bit more and see how I feel about it. I do feel like between the two, as of this particular video right here, I think I like the ResinCrete better because it's thinner. But again, A lot of it was user error, so I may have a different opinion next time. That's a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will catch you guys on Thursday for the next one. Love ya. Bye.